Hey, disclaimer. According to the Xdefiant Sessions game test, it does say you are allowed to discuss your experience with the game, just not record it. So, just want a little note to any Ubisoft employees who may happen to watch this video. I'm just abiding by that, and if I happen to say anything that sounds like it's breaching NDA, or if you feel like this video breaches NDA by any means, please don't copyright strike me. I would like to request that you contact me directly at my business email. That's tenek127@gmail.com. Just let me know what the issue is, and I'll gladly edit it out of the video or take this video down. Enjoy the video, guys. Let's go, baby. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Tenek127, and welcome back to Tenek FPS. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about Xdefiant. And I got some really exciting news, and stuff like that I want to share. I've been able to play in a few Xdefiant insider sessions. While, there is an NDA, so we're not allowed to show gameplay or anything like that, it does say on the game screen that you are allowed to talk about, your experiences and things like that. So I'm going to be talking to you guys, about what I like, dislike, and, what I'm hoping for and hoping to see the dev team move with in the future. So first and foremost, people are probably going to wonder, since you haven't seen much, there's not too much gameplay out there, what is Xdefiant? Xdefiant's an arena shooter. The best way I can think of to describe this game is probably think of a lot better version of like Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4. That's the that's the best way I can describe Xdefiant. I would definitely take this game, even in its current, like pre-alpha or alpha state, the way it's running. I would definitely take this game over those two CODs any day. And those were two decent Call of Duty games. So let that speak volumes to you. If you've played any Call of Duty title, then when you try Xdefiant, it will feel vastly familiar to you. It's definitely not a COD like ripoff or anything, but it does, it feels similar in that sort of way. Like if I had to compare it, to any like previous Ubisoft titles or anything like that, because Ubisoft usually makes like tactical hardcore shooters. This is more like arcadish and arena like style, but just think of like a Call of Duty type of shooter with like hero mechanics and abilities mixed in. Not as wild as Overwatch, but not as watered down and tactical as Rainbow Six Siege. That's the best way I can describe it. And guys, I have to say, hands down, a lot of people have underestimated this game, and it is a ton, and I mean a ton of fun. So far, I've got to play two modes in it. One's called Domination. You know what Domination is? You take points A, B, and C. Whoever owns the map for most of the match wins. No surprise there. And another one called Occupy. Occupy is basically their take on King of the Hill, or a point capture mode, and these two modes, I gotta say, is a lot of fun. Now, I have also played Team Deathmatch on this game. However, I will say that the game's gameplay, especially with the different abilities, weapon mechanics, the gunplay and stuff like that, I do feel like this game definitely favors more of an objective-based style, and especially, how some of the maps are built and everything. They do seem to, to favor that objective mode style gameplay in here. And don't get me wrong, Team Deathmatch, it definitely does work in here. It's an arena shooter. Team Deathmatch works in arena shooters just fine. I'm not saying that, there shouldn't be a Team Deathmatch, but for you guys that like objective play, it's really going to shine mostly there, or at least from, what I've played and felt. Now, I'm not going to lie, a lot of the sessions I have played, I've only done them on PC, which is probably one of my biggest gripes with the insider sessions right now, and the main problem I have with Xdefiant. And hopefully some developers actually do watch this, so I can stress this enough. And one thing I do want to beg this team, and I know it's a smaller Ubisoft team working on this, is please do not repeat the mistakes of Hyperscape. Get console players involved in this testing as soon as possible. Xbox is friendly with, alphas. PlayStation has done alphas. I know that personally because I am playing 2 NDA alpha games on PlayStation and Xbox right now. So I know alphas are possible on consoles. Xbox has things like Game Preview, Xbox Insider, and stuff like that are very friendly to testing alpha gameplay on it. And the only reason I want to stress this is because one of Hyperscape's biggest problems was it catered so much to PC and it had this really deep learning curve. Then Ubisoft just magically tossed the console players in later, and the game was so off balance and just hard for console players to learn and adjust. It died. Well, you're Ubisoft. I'm sure you know the story of Hyperscape. Well, there's another game going down that similar route right now. It's a battle royale out called Blood Hunt. It was always tested on nothing but PC. Released a bunch of, different tests and early access programs for PC. They magically threw PlayStation 5 in later. Console players can barely adapt or play, and they've basically all fallen off the map. The player base has drastically dropped. I mean, just look the game up on Twitter. You'll see the whole story and how everything's been going for yourselves. The developers got all kinds of vlogs about that. I'm just saying, I have seen this so many times. And with shooters, PC now and console later, it's not the smart way anymore. Especially, when you're doing, like cross-play and cross-platform games and stuff like that. Getting everyone in together to test as quick as you can is always going to be the best thing. Like, even a PC player on controller. This game does support controller support. That's a good thing. And, the controller support is working really well. I am confident that this game is going to play well on console. I'm not worried about that. But a controller PC player's experience is still even going to be vastly different than a console player's experience. The only thing those two things have in common is the controller. Like the next-gen consoles, yes, they can hit 120 FPS, so probably be compatible with FOV sliders, but that's the limit. PC players still have, way more things they can adjust and different settings and more things they can do. I feel like this game's one drawback right now, and this is why I'm harping so hard on this, is the fact that console players are not involved in testing. And I do think the dev team needs to do something to turn that around. But now that we got out, the one thing that's really bugging me about the game, like I told you, I love the modes. The fact that, console's not involved with testing worries me. Let's talk about something else I like. The maps. They're really cool. They're really vibrant. They're very colorful. They're not all, just like olive drab looking dread tactical maps or anything like that. It looks like something you'd see like in a Black Ops game or in like Valorant and stuff like that. Everything's really colorful. Everything's really vibrant. The UI is pretty nice. The weapons in this game I love. They all feel, like weighty, different, and like hard hitting. Like, and when you play Call of Duty, the weapons, you can always feel like which one's, like meta, which one's best right away. In this game, it's, at least for me, maybe this isn't for everybody else, but it's hard for me to get that read right away because every weapon is so different. They all have, their distinct advantages, disadvantages. I will say, assault rifles is still kind of the best way to go in Xdefiant. I do feel like the assault rifles outplay the SMGs a little bit. I do think the SMGs do need a bit of a buff in their range. But the assault rifles, they're deadly, hard-hitting. The sniper rifles are nasty. Like I said, the game's very COD-like feeling, so you quick scopers, y'all may or may not be happy when this game comes out, you know what I mean? Just wanted to hint that to you guys, but the game overall, guys, is awesome. The factions are really cool. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that just in case, there's some strict stuff. I know this game still has an NDA, so I'm trying to tiptoe where I walk and talk about, and stuff like that in this video. But there's a lot of different factions in there, and they are some are inspired, by a lot of different. Well, they're all inspired by a lot of different Ubisoft games. If you know me personally, I'll give one hint. There is one faction out there that's inspired by one of my favorite Ubisoft games. So if you know me personally, you might be able to guess what that faction is. But guys, like I said, Xdefiant, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a different take on, I'm not going to say a crazily different take on arena shooters, but the way Ubisoft is going with this, if it's, you know, if it's executed properly, I could definitely picture this game being, you know, like one of the bigger competitive shooters out there. Like I could see this game going places depending on how Ubisoft executes it. Like I think a lot of people are sleeping on it. I think, you know, a lot of people are so obsessed and want like a different Tom Clancy project that they're not looking at this hard enough. And this game, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, it's going to be one of those sleeper hits that blows up. I'm telling you. And this is the one thing I will say. If you're a COD player who's been unhappy for a long time, especially, you know, the way I have, I would definitely, you know, keep my eye on Xdefiant. Unfortunately, we don't know when it's going to release. We don't know how long it's going to be until they hit a beta stage. We don't know how long it's going to be until consoles get involved with testing. But just keep your eyes on here. Like Mark Rubin, you know, being an ex-Infinity Ward developer, I'm just going to say you can tell that man's DNA is running in this game. All right, that's the best way I can put it. But I promise you guys, Xdefiant is an amazing time. And trust me when I say that. Anyway, y'all enjoyed today's video? Let me know down in the comments below. If you're new here and you want more Xdefiant news, make sure you are subscribing and ringing that bell today. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.